Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Give me one moment. Make sure everything is straight. All right, what's good, everybody? Let me switch over to the screen. There we go. What's good, everybody? Henry the 12 back with another stream, and like I said last time, it is drop season. Let me sign into this app real quick. Give me one moment. This is another stream. I'm gonna keep very brief. What's up, Jay? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. This is another stream. I'm gonna try to keep brief within like 20-30 minutes or so, because not really much to say. But let me pull this up. All right, I got it pulled up. What's up, everybody? Today we are back. It is what's today? September 30th, and the drop that was reported to happen tomorrow on Friday has been confirmed by Best Buy. You can see it on the screen right now. Fine NVIDIA GeForce 30 series graphics card, same as last time. It's showing we'll have limited quantities available on Friday, October 1st, and you guys can go in here. I'll post the link in the chat, and after this is over, it'll be in the description. You guys may have seen this already because a lot of news outlets are picking up on it, but basically you guys can see, you can select your state and pretty much it'll show all the locations that are supposed to have cards. So we got Gainesville there, California, all of the California locations. You can check that out in the chat. And I also do have the line tracker from NerdSpeak. This is the line tracker that they've used numerous times in the past couple of drops. It's crowdsourced, so a lot of people that are actually, these are numbers that are from people that are actually in line. So we can go over these for a little bit. And if you're on this chart, if your local location is one of these, you guys can roughly see the numbers. Now, I just looked at this. I just now looked at this, and from what I'm seeing, it's pretty big. I mean, a lot of people are in line already. I didn't expect this, obviously, because I haven't been following it. I've been kind of late to the ball because of circumstances, as you guys know. But I just recently was able to see this, and the numbers are looking pretty spooky. I mean, look at this. I'm seeing 57 people in line. Like, big numbers already. Obviously, it's the day before, afternoon before, so I would expect some people to be in line, but this is a lot of people, guys. Let me see if I can zoom in. I know it's probably small for you guys. I know you guys can see it now. My bad for that. But these are the latest numbers down at the bottom. We're seeing, let me see any Florida locations. Boca Raton, we got 133 people in line. In Clearwater, we got apparently 30 chairs, but not a person in sight. Okay, so this is a pic. Shout out to whoever posted this pic. 30 chairs, but nobody's here. What's up, Tempo? Welcome to the stream, dude. Nobody's here. So it's one of those instances where I just don't like how people just set up chairs and just leave. Like, I don't really vibe with that, but it is what it is. We got another staff verified Salem, Oregon. We got 25 people in line. We got some tents set up. Not bad, not bad. 25 people. Oh, let me pull up the picture for y'all. My bad. Let me get this picture for y'all. 1 second. I just saw this picture in the chat. Let me see if it'll pull up here. There we go. So this is a picture I just saw. These are rough estimates. These are rough estimates of the stock. Now, this is not confirmed, obviously, but this is rough estimates. We're seeing now, this also, I wanted to really point out, because this is pretty important, the types of cards that are dropping. So you guys can see there's Founders 3060 Ti, 3070, 3070 Ti, 3080, 3080 Ti, and 3090, which are typical. But there's also those EVGA cards and that gigabyte card that I showed you guys on the app last time. So I can try to switch to the camera. It's probably gonna blur, but you guys can see my phone. You see all the Founders Edition cards. I know it's blurring, but you also see some EVGAs there, and then you got the Gigabyte Eagle. Those were the same cards that showed up on this estimate, so those are somewhat confirmed, I guess you could say, that they're dropping. Now these actual numbers, I'm not sure about. These numbers could be different, but based on the numbers, we're seeing an all-time low amount of 3080s. I don't think I've ever seen this many or this low amount of RTX 3080s to be, you know, in the drop. That is really, really low. 8 cards, it's ridiculous. We got 5 3090s, which usually there's a good amount of 3090s, but to have only 5, now this, like I said, this is only one store. They're basically, from what I'm understanding, they're taking one store's numbers and they're kind of extrapolating it to the rest of the stores, which isn't really necessarily a good way of doing it, but that's neither here nor there. We got 5 3090s at the store, which is pretty small. Most of the cards are the 3060s, EVGA 3060s at 23, which is pretty decent. 43 Founders Edition 3070 Ti's. Now, obviously, 3070 Ti's are one of those cards that's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of a filler card. It's right in between the 3070 and the 3080. It has the LHR. It's kind of a filler, so they're gonna load the high amount of those. But we got 43 of those, so that's good for this specific store. And you can see the rest of the numbers. They're looking low, less than 20 for most of the cars, which isn't really that good. So if you take these numbers, right, and you apply them to this chart, you can clearly see how, you know, how serious this is if you're not in line right now. Now, yesterday I recommended guys to go check, because obviously I wasn't sure how the situation was looking, but if you haven't checked by now, it's probably looking pretty spooky. If you want a specific card, like if you want a Founders Edition, let me close these pictures. If you want a Founders Edition 3080, it looks like they're only gonna have, we'll just be hypothetical and say there's 8 at this store. We'll say there's a max of 15 or 20, right? Even if there's 20, look at how many of these stores have over 20 people. You have so many stores with 100 people. You have 20, 40, 50, 30, 40, 43, 40. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's the day before. And I told you guys, I said this in August, these drops are going to be information based, right? It's going to be whoever has the information quickest is going to be able to act on it. Because at this point, a lot of the leaks are just confirmations. Like, they're not even leaks, really. People are acting on the leaks as if they're, you know, gospel, you know what I mean? And I don't blame them, because most of the time, seemingly every time, it's right. Kanye West, yep, the chair problem is an issue. Yeah, it is, man. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I feel like you have to get the managers involved at that point. I don't even know. But let's look at some more picks here. So we got Murfreesboro, I hope I'm pronouncing that, Tennessee, 21 people in line. Okay, got some tents set up. A lot of tents. I'm seeing a lot of tents. When I was in line, we just had chairs, but I mean, different environments. It's probably colder up there in Tennessee. Waldorf, MD, I think that's Maryland. We just got chairs. They're not even set up. They're just there. Look at this. This is ridiculous. They literally, bro, this is crazy. They literally went to the Walmart, grabbed all the chairs off the shelf and just took them and in the bag and just laid them on the wall and said, boom. They didn't even set them up. That's wild. What am I looking at right now? That is Waldorf. I don't know if that's Maryland. I'm not good with states. Got 35 in Toledo, 1 person in Davenport. Now, sometimes these numbers, like I said, doubtful. Sometimes these numbers could be iffy. You never know. Somebody might be putting in a number to try to scare people away. Like, there could be only like 10 people there or 20 people there, but they put like 50 to try to scare people away. It is what it is. Now, this 120 was verified by staff. Jesus Christ. This is Boca Raton. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. My brightness isn't even up on my monitor. That is crazy. The store is up here, chairs all the way down and around the corner. They got a tent around the corner. That's crazy. My Best Buy had like 80 chairs. Most were empty, and people started putting chairs on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know I don't know what people are gonna do about their chairs. Yeah, this shit just got bright. It seems like most people are just doing chairs. It doesn't even seem like people are actually lining up. They're just throwing the chairs there. If that's the case, let me turn this down. If that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if people just start putting chairs. Like, say for example, all these drops have been at the end of the month, right? Or beginning of the next month, whatever, end of the month. I wouldn't be surprised if, say it's October, right? This one's October 1st. I would not be surprised if come November 1st, like if there's supposed to be a drop on November 5th, I wouldn't be surprised if people start November 1st, they just start just putting chairs in front of Best Buy. I would not be surprised, because this is ridiculous. 15 physically present, 140 on the list. I personally would get in line before they get back. Not bad. Some people, from what I've heard in the chat, people are saying just skip, like just skip the people in line, or you know what I mean, because the chairs aren't heads. Like I said before, the chairs aren't heads, so they can't, you know what I mean, they can't enforce that. But let me throw this spreadsheet in the chat for you guys, and I'll obviously put it in the description when this video goes up. But let me see, we got some staff notes here. If you're mad about the empty chairs holding spots, politely go inside and ask the manager to not honor the empty chairs. Fair. Multiple people complaining to staff before closing is your only chance to stop the chairs. Yep. We have seen multiple stores take action against empty chairs once enough people complain. Okay, I like that. I like that. But I feel like they should have did that last night, because people are gonna start coming back to the chairs. Okay, if they close, most Best Buys close at like between 8 and 10. So they should either be doing it now. They shouldn't wait till before closing. They should have either did that shit last night or do it now. I don't know about that. Oh, Twos and Carry. He's lined up. 160 on a community list, tons of chairs. I say get in front of the empty chairs. Okay. We already looked at the Boca Raton. Okay, Las Vegas pick. 100 people in Las. I think we looked at this one. Yeah, we looked at this one. I'm trying to make sure I get all the picks in. That's wild, bro. It's crazy because I'm just comparing it to when I went to the first. Yeah, other Best Buy managers got mad. I think I saw some on Reddit. I didn't actually watch it, but I saw the thumbnail of it. Some people got mad on Reddit and the manager came out. But I'm just mentally comparing it to when I went. It wasn't anything like this when I went. Like, I don't have the pics. I might have the pictures, but it was nothing like this when I went. Like, it was there were chairs, but it was like 6. It was like 6 chairs, and it was the guy that was in the front, and he was already doing his thing. But everybody else in line was just getting in line. Like, everybody else was physical. We were actually out there, sitting out there chilling. Like, there was no just chairs. Like, we were out there actually sitting. I don't know where my pictures are. I'm not gonna look for them, but we were actually out there. But I said it. I was like, next time, this 6 chairs gonna turn into 20. And when the last drop, a guy that I knew that was in the same area, he went out there. That same guy that was out there when I was at when I went to the drop, the same guy that put those chairs out, he had like 4 or 5. Now he had like 20, I think. He had hella chairs. Like, he upped his game. I mean, I already knew that was gonna happen. From me talking to him, he's a cool dude, but he's a hustler. That's what he does. So I already knew he was gonna be on that type of time, and it was inevitable. But I bet now he got like 40 or something. I would love to see it. I would love to see somebody. I'm probably gonna try to get into contact with someone in the chat, see if anybody's in that same drop area or at that same location, and see if he's there. I know he's there. And see, me, I'm like, this is my thing. I think it's just because I was talking to him, which is why I'm smiling about it and more not really accepting, but just like, I'm not completely against it. I am, but like, I'm not like mad at the guy. That's really what I want to say. I'm not mad at the guy because I talked to him. He's a good dude. He's just making his bread. It's there's dynamics to it. I mean, my opinion is kind of on the fence. I'm not like, I don't like the chairs, cause I equate the chairs to just botting. I think if you get hella people out there early and they're sitting in the chairs, yeah. But if you can't just throw chairs out there, that's ridiculous. But I mean, people are gonna do what they gotta do. You gotta, like I said, take action. Everything they said here is facts. Go talk to the managers. They're the people that can help you. Now you gotta get some pics. You gotta have your evidence on you. You can't just go and complain because You gotta have the picks. But I just feel like, I don't know, my opinion is on the edge, because like I said, I come from Supreme streetwear shoes. I get it. I'm not an advocate for it, but I get it. I understand. This shit is just like a Jordan drop now. It's no different from a Jordan drop. Like, that's what it has turned into. Good thing that it's ever on a month by month basis. It's not every day like Micro Center was. But this shit is no different from a Jordan drop, from a Supreme drop, from any other in-store, drop with a lot of hype behind it. It's no different. So that it is what it is, and people are gonna do the same shit that they were doing in those drops. They're gonna do here. It's the same shit. That's why you're seeing hundreds of people the day before. Like, that was a thing, but it was at like a couple stores. Now we're seeing it at more stores than ever. We're seeing over 30, between 30 and 60 average, from what I'm looking at, between 20 and 60, between 30 and 60 average right now. That's wild. That's all the 3080s gone. You think the November drop, the final in-person drop? Nah, I think they're going to continue to do this. See, this is the thing. I don't know if you saw, but on my community tab, the one I went to, I thought that was the last one. And the reason was because there was a PC Gamer article. I'll actually try to pull it up. PC Gamer, NVIDIA. I think that might be, I don't know if that's the right thing, but basically there was a PC Gamer article that was talking about how it was the last drop. Actually, I think I put in Founders. That's what it was. It might be overrun, but basically there's a PC Gamer drop basically saying that it was going to be the last one because of there was some reason behind it, but they said it's going to be the last one, and it made sense. So I thought that was the last one, but obviously they're continuing to do these on a month by month basis. They used to, I don't know if you guys have been, how long you guys have been following this. They used to do online drops on a 2-week basis, and then the latest that they would do it is like a month basis. But now they're seemingly switching it to in person, and there's pros and cons to this. Obviously the stores get automatic money. Like, if you're looking at it from a manager, from an employee basis, or a manager of the store basis, it's an automatic payday. Like, you're getting so much money in one day from the drop, right? It might even bring like more custom, depending on how they organize the drop. It might, bring more attention to the store. Like, there's positives, there's also negatives. You have to clean up afterwards. I mean, a lot of the people at the drops are pretty good at cleaning up, but you might have to clean up behind them. There's negatives, there's positives and negatives to it. So I don't see any strong negatives for them to not continue to do this. And I don't even think it's stock related, because I feel like obviously there is a shortage, but it's been going at the same flat rate seemingly for the past couple of months. So I don't see any reason why it would be stopped. I personally don't see it. So it's definitely not the last one. I feel like they're going to keep going with it. And holiday season, yeah, I think they're going to continue to go into it. But I don't know. Now, I don't know about the 4000 series RTX cards, how that'll be in the mix. That's probably next year, Q2 or something. But for now, I think they're going to definitely continue to do this. But these numbers are wild, man. These numbers are wild. I didn't expect this at all. Now, okay, we got some card numbers. I should look at these card numbers. So 136 at Oxford Valley, Pennsylvania, 136 total cards. I don't really like the total card margin. I would like a per card, but you can get what you can get. 136. Okay, 136, 137, same location. That's the only one. Okay, that's the only one confirmed. 136, does that match up with this? Oh, we got 26 or 36, 47, 63, 106, 114. We got 129, 142, 147. Close. It's close. It's like 10 off. Not bad. It seems accurate. It seems accurate, because I keep forgetting it's more of these other. They're putting in these other cards like the EVGAs and stuff. It's not just all Founders. So yeah, it's close. It's close. But yeah, I just want to come on here and give you guys my take on this. Obviously, if you haven't lined up by now, you can check the list. Like I said, I'll have it in the description. Check the list, see what your store is looking like. If it's not on there, go in the Nerd Speak Discord and try to ask for somebody in that area. Get a updated figure before you go. Depending on the card you want, I guess I'll go over this again. Depending on the card you want, if you want a 3080, it's pretty much wraps at most of these stores. I'm not gonna hold you, because they're doing like 20 max. It's not looking good for you. This says 8, but I'm giving you an extra 12 just to be generous. And even with that, it's not looking good right now. And now some of these are repeat stores. These aren't all the stores, but the average is looking like 20 to 60 right now of people in line. And 3080s go first, automatic. Like, you might as well count them out. Nobody's in the front of the line except me getting not getting a 3080. But we're not talking about me. The 3080s are going first. So if you're not in the front, it's a wrap. Now, if you just want a card, sure, you can check the numbers, you know, and go line up. That's really all the 39s per store. 5. Why bother going then? I mean, this is just one store. And like I said, they're extrapolating this figure to the rest of the stores, but I don't believe is the most accurate way to do it. When I went, there was like 20 3090s, around 20. Now, I don't know how this is looking. I don't remember what the figure was last time, but I think it was about the same. So I wouldn't really believe this 5. Either this 8 either. I wouldn't really believe it. I would more so align it at about 15 to 20 average just to be safe. But this 8 and 5 is ridiculous. But yeah, I wouldn't take the 5 at face value, but you never know. But I mean, the good thing about 3090s though is that they typically go last. So you could show up, even if there's only say 10 3090s, you could show up in 60th in line and still probably get one, because everybody's gonna get every other card. So you're pretty good. I mean, when I went, there was 130-ish people, I think, at the end, or 150 people. And I think there was still some 3090s towards the end. Like, they're like a couple towards the end. So I mean, it's definitely possible. 3090s are a really specific case. But 3080s, all the cheap 3060s, like the 36, this EVGA one, those are gonna go. I mean, they tried to kind of pad it with these 3070 Ti's, but those are probably gonna go last. Nah, actually at $600, those won't go last. Those will go pretty quick. All the gamers are gonna buy those. I'm near the Holyoke, Massachusetts area, Waterford, either store. I got you. Let me see. All right, we got one. Let me try to get the latest number. I'll use Control F. Waterford. So the latest Waterford number is 21. This was at 11:06, which is Central. So, I mean, Connecticut's what, Eastern? So you're looking at 12:06. That was 4 hours ago. It's probably double that. I'm not gonna hold you. It's probably double that. And then you said Holyoke. I don't think no one put that on there yet, so that one's not on the list. But the other one, Waterford, is looking kind of. I would say to be sure, if it's 21 4 hours ago, I would just say 40 minimum. 40 minimum. So if you want a 3090, if you're around the corner, you can go. What time would you go to get a 3090? Midnight or 4 a.m.? This is the thing. If I were you, I would go check. I don't. Now you have to let me know, how far are you from the store, from the Waterford store? Approximately. Obviously I don't want you to do anything, doctors or whatever. But if you're close enough to where you can check and it's not an inconvenience to you, I'd go check now. Now, if you're hours away, I would probably leave in like I don't know. If we're saying 40, it's probably gonna be. You have to tell me. If you tell me how far away you are, that'll give me a better way to answer the question. But if you're a couple hours, I would say if you're not gonna leave now, leave by like 7. Like, I don't know, cause I'm trying to, when I give my estimates, I try to be like, I don't know how to put it. Basically, better than average. I don't know the way to put it. Basically, I don't want to give you an estimate where you show up and you can't get a car. Like, I'd rather you be early than be late. You feel me? So I would say, you said, oh, 15 minutes. If you're around the corner, go check right now and just see what the line's looking like. If it's, I would say a 3090, you probably get away with 80, like 80th place, maybe. Because this 5, I'm not believing this 5. If the 5 was true, I would say go now, because you never know with people. But if there's about 10 to 20, you might can get away with showing up in between 60 and 80th place. Maybe. I'm just going off of the rest of the cars, how those are going to go, because the 38 is going to go first. All the lower priced cars are going to go quick. 3090s are usually at the end. 3090s and 3080 Ti's are the ones that's gonna sit. So, and you know, they got some EVGA's ones as well, so that might give you a little bit more time because people might go for those instead of the 90. You might be good. I would go check right now and see what the line's looking like. If it's between 60 and 80, if it's past 100, you might want to just go ahead and settle in or go home, one of the two. But if it's between 60 and 80, you might have time to go back or do whatever you need to do. Get ready, go get a chair. If it's still around 20 to 40, you can show up at midnight maybe and get away with it. If it's still between 20 and 40, you're straight. You can go back home and probably chill because your location might not be as active. Some of these locations, you see some of these ones only have one person. Some locations just aren't as popping as others, so you might be able to get away with it. But I just want you to show up between 60th and 80th in line, around that range, 90th. I don't want you to be any lower than that to be able to get a card. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't feel confident telling you to show up 100th in place and you think you can get a card. I wouldn't want to do that to you. But yeah, I do like how they're throwing in more cards in the mix, but it seems to be at the detriment of the cards people actually want. So I don't know how I feel about that, but it's cool to see more cards in the mix, I guess. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna cap it off here. Obviously the stream's gonna go public, so you can watch it just like a normal YouTube video. Because like I said, I don't want this to be too long. I'm sitting at 27 minutes. I hope I helped you guys out. If I did, be sure to like the video. I try to bring this information to you as fast as possible and try to explain it, break it down in a way that is easy to understand and give you information that you can use to take action. No problem, DS. Thank you for coming through to the stream as well. But if you enjoyed it, like the video. If you want more content like this, be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna head out. Like I said, I wanted to keep this stream short. I'll put all the links in the description of the video that goes live, so you guys won't have to worry about that. It's only 2 links, so it won't be too crazy. But yeah, quick before I go, are the EVGA cards MSRP the same as the BB drop? Do you mean same as MSRP? What do you mean by that? Are the EVGA cards MSRP the same as BB drop? I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean, are they the same MSRP? Are they the same as MSRP as far as like on the site? I would assume so. I don't think they're gonna mark them up for an in-person. I think they would just be the same price. They did online? Oh, you mean are they gonna be the same price as the ones online? I think so, yeah. I would assume so. Like I said, I wouldn't assume that they would mark it up, you know. I wouldn't assume that they would do that. I would say, yeah. I heard about the online job. Like we talked about it last time. I heard about it. I just didn't participate because not only do I not need a card, but I showed up late. It was at like 12 or some shit. So, I mean, I didn't see it, but yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna head out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, got some information out of it. Like I said, take action. Look at the list, join the chat. See what the stores is looking like. If you're close enough, go check in person right now. That would be my recommendation right now, is to go check if you're close enough. If you're not close enough, be sure to try your best to get in the chat and get with somebody that's in the area or in line preferably, and they can give you updated figures. That being said, I'm Henry the 12 and I'm gonna catch you guys later, man. Peace.